Good morning, dear students, and welcome to the second part of our chapter, which is angles. In today's lecture, we will be learning about the different instruments which are present in our geometry box. If you remember in your last class, I had asked you to keep your geometry boxes ready with you. I had said if you don't have a geometry box, you would have to purchase it. So if you don't have it till now, I request you to please purchase a geometry box from a stationery store. Okay, so today we will be learning about the different equipments or the different instruments which are present in our geometry box. The very first instrument that we have been using from a very long time, right from the time we were kids, is a ruler, or you can also call it the scale. Your ruler or your scale. Now, as you copy down the notes from the board, what I want you to do is I would also like you to draw that particular instrument along with your whatever explanation I am giving you. Okay. So, once you write down ruler or scale, I want you to draw the ruler over here so that you have the picture of your geometrical instrument in front of you when you are studying for your test. Okay. So, our very first geometrical instrument is your ruler. It is also called as the scale. Now, your ruler is divided into a number of parts. Okay. If you have a look at your ruler correctly, on one side you will see centimeter cm which is mentioned, and on the other side you will see inches mentioned. Okay. So, you can draw lines using centimeter measurement, or you can draw lines using inches measurement. Okay, that is up to you what is given in your exam paper. Based on that, you can draw line either by using centimeters or by using inches. Okay, so your first instrument that you are going to learn about is your ruler. So once you write down the word ruler, I want you to also draw the ruler in your notebook. I am not going to draw it right now. You would have to do it yourself. I will give you time, you can do it yourself. What is the function of a ruler? What do you use the ruler for? Your ruler is used for measuring, and it is also used for drawing different types of lines, segments, rays or line segments. So, you can use your ruler for measuring as well as for drawing them. Okay, so I am going to write down now the function of the ruler. I want you to copy down the same. Okay, so the function of a ruler is to draw and to measure lines, rays and line segments, etc. So, please copy this down and also draw the picture of your ruler in your notebooks. We now move on to the second instrument that we see in our compass boxes, that is your protractor, which you also called as your D. Okay, so your second instrument is your protractor. So this is what your protractor looks like. It is in the form of the alphabet D, that is why it is also called as a D, but the mathematical name for this particular instrument is a protractor. Now your protractor is used for measurement of angles. If you see on your protractor, you have two sets of numbers given. In the middle you have a 0 which is mentioned, or it is just a point which will be mentioned, okay, that is your 0 point. And on this side and this side you will have numbers which are running from 0 up to 180 degrees from this side, or if you see from this side 0 to 180 degrees, okay. So these markings are used for measurement of angles. When you will be learning to draw angles, you will be using your protractor for measuring the angles. Okay students, so your protractor is used to measure angles. Once you write this, I also want you to draw your protractor on your notebooks. The next instrument that we will be looking at is called as the compass. So this is what your compass looks like. On one part, on one side of your compass you have a pointed edge, and at the other side of your compass you can put in your pencil, you can attach your pencil into it. Now please remember students, whenever you are using your compass, you have to make sure that the pencil that you are going to attach in your compass has to be a small size pencil, okay. You cannot use big pencils for attaching it in your compass, because when you are going to hold the compass on the top and when you are going to use it for making arcs, when you are going to move your compass in this manner, okay, if your pencil is big, it will hit on your hand and you will not be able to do the drawing easily. So your pencil has to be small. The small pencils that you are no longer able to use to write, keep it safely with you, because you can use those pencils for putting in your compass, okay. So as I said, this is your compass. It can be opened out, stretched out, or it can be put back inside, and your compass is used for drawing circles and for drawing arcs. Okay, so your compass is used to draw circles and it is used to draw arcs. So once you write this down, you also have to draw the picture of your compass in your notebooks. The next instrument that you see in your geometry box is called as the divider. Now this is your divider. Your divider looks very similar to your compass. If you look, then your divider is very similar to your compass. The only difference is that in a divider you have these two pointed parts. You have two pointed parts, but in your compass you have only one pointed part and the other part is used for putting your pencil. Okay, but in the divider you cannot put a pencil anyway. There is no place for attaching a pencil. Okay, so what is the use of a divider if we can't attach a pencil? Your divider can be moved just like your compass. It can be moved in and out just like a compass, and it is used basically for finding out distance between places on a map. So if you have a map, okay, in front of you, and if you have to find out what is the distance between two places, you just place the pointed edges of your divider on those two places. You take the measurement and then take this divider and place it on your ruler and you find out the measurement. Okay, so your divider is basically used for finding out measurements on the maps. Okay, so this is what your divider does. It is used for measuring distances, especially on maps. So once you write this down, you also have to draw the picture of your divider on your book. Last, we come to two geometrical instruments present in our compass boxes, which looks like triangles. Okay, you have two types of triangular things present in your geometry box, but they are not exactly the same. They don't look exactly like each other. One of them is a very long type of a triangle. If you hold it like this, it's quite long, and the other one, you will see it is like this. Okay, so these two are called as set squares. Okay, they look like triangles, but they are not called as triangles. They are both called as set squares. This one, I'll talk about this one first. This particular set square is called as a 30, 60, 90 set square. Okay, because if you have to take the measurements, if you have to find out the measurement of the three angles in this set square, you will see that one place it is 30, one place it is 60, and one place it is 90 degrees. The measurements are such. Okay, so if you have to sit and measure it correctly, you will find it is 30 degrees, 90 degrees and 60 degrees. So this particular set square is called as a 30, 60, 90 set square. And the other set square that you have in your geometry box, the one that looks very long, okay, this one is called as your 45, 45, 90 set square. Okay, because if you have to measure it, you will find that it is 45 degrees, 45 degrees and 90 degrees. So hence this one is called as your 45, 45, 90 set square. Now what is the use of these set squares? These set squares are used for drawing perpendicular lines, for making lines which are of 90 degrees. Okay, so how will you do it? You just keep this bottom part of your set square on a line and then draw a line which is joining this particular side of your set square, and you will get a perfect 90-degree angle. Okay, so that is why your set squares are used for drawing perpendicular lines. So what is the function of your set squares? Your set squares are used for drawing perpendicular lines. So you have to copy this down and you have to draw both the set squares in your books, your 30, 60, 90 set square and your 45, 45, 90 set square. Okay, with this dear students, we come to the end of this part, know your geometry box. In our next class, we will move on to the next part of this particular chapter, which is drawing bisectors. Now for that, for your next class, I will need you to have your rulers. Okay, I need you to have your rulers. You should be having your protractor and you should be having your compass. So these three things are required in your next class, and apart from this, your pen, pencil, ruler. So these three geometrical instruments are required when we will be doing our next class. Okay, so till then you can copy down everything. I guess you must have already copied down. If you did not get time to copy it down during that time frame, you can go back, play the video, go back to the video and copy down whatever was given to you. Okay, so till we meet again, stay safe, stay happy. Bye dear students.